stop it.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Brighton podcast, brought to you by the Global Sports Podcast Network. I am back. I've got a fresh trim. If you're on Apple Podcasts, you can see my fresh trim, but you can probably hear my fresh trim through your headset or your AirPods or whatever you're using to listen to this. Today, I am joined by my colleagues, but not only that, my very close friends as well. Jamie G, how are you, sir?
Oh, the formidable trio is back. We haven't done a pod together for a couple of weeks, and it's good to have the trio back for a Wildcard Wednesday. It's going to be some good fun.
Absolutely. Bless, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. Haven't been on the Wildcard Wednesday for a while, so looking forward to what we got.
100%. And what I have got for you is we're about, almost a third, right, away through the season? Yeah. Around that. We're coming up to another international break. This is about the fifth one that we've had so far. Boo, boo, boo. We don't like to see that. But what we're going to do is we're sort of reaching a bit of a checkpoint. We also are coming up to, or maybe this might even be past it at this point, but 50 episodes, guys. 50 episodes, which is mental. So we're going to do a little tier list of how the Seagulls players have been performing throughout the season. We're going to have tier A. There's a secret tier. There is a secret tier that I'm not going to let you guys know about yet. But when it comes up, I will obviously unlock that tier. And then we get tier A. Obviously, that's the best of the best. B, C, and then D. D's that we're looking at a little bit more work needed. There is one caveat. We are going to go for players that have only have 5 appearances or more, but there is one player who doesn't have 5 appearances, but we're going to put him in anyway because we've seen quite enough of him and he's also a pretty big player. So, segment 1, it is just going to be basically the same thing the whole time. So, segment 1, I'm just going to go through some random players. Segment 2, I'm going to go through some more random players. And in segment 3, you guessed it, more random players. So, I have the squad list up here, but I am going to throw a player out here, and it's going to be a bit of one that's caused a bit of friction in our little group. Evan Ferguson, who would like to take the floor first?
Does he even have 5 appearances? Is my question.
He has 6.
This guy is injured 24/7. Some appearances surely can't count. Lock him in C, because when he comes on, he's mid, and he's got a goal. He's got his goal, but hopefully this is the start of something, you know. He got his goal, and now we're looking to spring on. But yeah, I would be a C.
Okay, so we've gone for a C from Guerra with some accompanied by some very harsh words. So Bless, I'll swing it to you.
I'm not going to lie, that stinks.
I need to stand on business of what I said a couple podcasts ago, where you were bigging him up, and I was I'm still being stubborn, you know, and he's still got a lot of work to prove me wrong.
I feel like deep down you know he's a good player, but you've just said one thing and now you don't want to change.
Right, Bless. What are we going for?
I'm going to go for a B. Of course, he hasn't been at his best this season. He's been injured. That's very obvious. But this is our potential future £100 million striker. So it has to be a B for me. We can see the potential, the finishing. I could go on forever.
I would like to put it out there that it has been how they've performed this season.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not how much you think they're going to be worth.
Yeah,
5 years down the line.
When money started coming into this.
Yeah, I know you love money, but
every podcast this guy throws in, he's a £100 million player. He's not been a £100 million player since he was 18.
I'd like to change my answer.
Right.
I'm going to go for a C+.
Oh, right.
You change your tone, mate. He's even said C plus just so he doesn't say C.
Exactly.
There is no plus tier.
Exactly.
There's no plus here. You can be at the top of C or you can be at the bottom of C.
No,
That's it. That's all I'll
in
give
C.
you. So
I was going to say B minus, but then I thought.
So Bless, to echo what you said to Guerra earlier, that stinks. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next. Oh wait, should I put my one as well? Or do you? Yeah. I'm gonna also put him in C. When you said that stinks, I was thinking, what? He literally has to be there. It's lucky he's not in D, to be honest.
Yeah, to be fair, that's true.
But yeah, so I'm gonna put him in C. I think he does it soon. It's gonna come to a point where we're past these injuries and we're looking at just actual performance. And I think that 6 appearances down, you're probably looking at another 6 before we start saying, well, you've not had an injury in a while, mate. So where's the goals at, my friend? Okay, next player is let's go with Estupinian. Bless you, go this time.
I'm going to go C. I think he's cost us a couple of times, but to be fair to him, he has been okay at times as well. So it's like hot and cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to also go C, and slightly towards like the middle to the back of C.
Okay.
We've got it on a piece of paper. As Bless would say, a C minus if we're going to be pedantic about it. And it's just because he has cost us the last game against Salah, and also the game before that. Me and Bless spoke about it in the reaction pod about how he wanted to celebrate the Wolves goal before it even gone in, and that's him being out of position actually cost us a goal. So that's 2 games in a row he's cost us, and it's just also the I expected a lot better kind of tier. This is for me.
Okay, I hear it. I'm gonna put him in C, but maybe a little bit higher up in C, purely because I feel like I listened to you guys, the reaction pod, and you lot cooked him for the Salah thing because he was playing very well, but Salah I feel like has knocked him quite hard after that, and also after the goal he was fouling Sattler at the halfway line like 2-3 times, which basically just killed all momentum. So
his legs were gone.
Yeah, he also has looked very leggy since coming back. To be fair.
That's
he has
like
looked
it
very
wasn't
leggy.
just the last 2 games. It's been
it's been the whole season pretty much.
The whole season since he's returned. It's not been great.
Right, I need to get another one off. We might have to do a quick fire round, but I'm going to go for Joel Veltman.
My boy, I'm going to start it. My boy, Joel Veltman. I'm going to go. Oh, this is going to be controversial. This is going to divide opinion, I reckon.
I know what he's going to say.
I'm going to go B.
Oh, okay.
Low B. But what, do you think I was going to go A?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say A.
Jesus, not that good. I want to go like a B. He's solid. I think the only game I've actually thought he's been caught out in is the Wolves game against Cunha, and that's because Cunha's an absolute world-class player. Other than that, he has been solid. He's the master of the dark arts. He basically got us a draw against Arsenal for getting Declan Rice sent off, and he's just a genius.
Bless.
I'm going to go for it. I am going to say A. And before you guys react, I just want to take you back to the start. I want to take you back to the start of the season where we did our best 11. I put Joe Veltman in, and Jamie said why he is slow.
I mean, that's true.
And now you've changed your tune. Look at it. I think he's been one of our best defenders. He's been consistent. I don't think there's been many games where I've watched it and I thought, oh, he's getting done. He's had a shocker. So I think it's an A for me. He starts right back over anyone.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah. I mean, you can't argue with the logic that he's spitting facts, to be fair.
I actually thought I was being way too nice and you were going to cook me for having him in B tier. But hey, I was like, fair enough. I wasn't brave enough to do it. But yeah, I'd still put him in B. I'm
going to put him in B, at the top of B, because I think he has been one of our best performers. And he's just very consistent, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
So, I mean, you can't really complain. But what I'm going to do is, in the next segment, we're going to go for a little quick fire. I'm just gonna shoot some out. I just want to have a little one-liner, and then like just put your ranking because we've got so many players. We've done 3, I think. It's not looking good right now, but we could do this for hours if we really wanted to.
Yeah.
But you will see the quickfire round after you hear from our pals at GSPN. Run the ad. This podcast is brought to you by the Global Sports Podcast Network, the only network bringing you exclusive daily news and views on your Premier League team, the Premier League as a whole, women's football, and fantasy football. A unique listening experience that puts fans first, bringing you the very latest breaking news from your team. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and make us your first listen every day. Global Sports Podcast Network. Every club, every day. We are back. It's quick fire time. Bless is over there. Guerra's over there. And we are ready to absolutely fly through these. I'm not going to give my ranking for these. We're just going to go quick. Actually, do you know what? I will, but I'm not going to give a sentence. I'm just going to say a letter, okay? Okay, ready? So, we'll go. Guerra, you start all of them, and then Bless, you go. Igor.
I'm going to go... Someone's got to be in D. We can't put them all in C. He might be in D, but I feel that's harsh on him.
Bless?
I'm going to go C. I would have gone E, but he's actually been playing all right.
Yes.
In C, so?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, not seen much of him this season. When he's come on, he's been shone a little bit, so I'm going to go probably the bottom of C, but we need to still see more.
Kadioglu. Oh, no, wait, Bless.
Oh, I didn't
Sorry.
do it.
Go on, Bless.
And C, so I'm going to go E because his name starts with E.
He's not even a tier.
He's not even a tier. Oh,
he's not a tier, mate. You've got a couple man in there, mate. You need to get him out. That one.
D.
Okay, D. I'm going to go for D as well. Kadioglu.
Now, Kadioglu, he's been mid to, like, not really shone, not really done anything special other than that last game against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go a D just because I expect a bit more going forward.
Ooh.
And this is just the beginning of what we're about to see.
Bless.
I'm going C. I don't think he's had that much of a bad season.
He's not. No, I'm not saying bad season. I'm going to say he's always improving. I'm going to see him.
I'm going to go for C. I think C. He could be up there. Come when we do this next, he could be up there. But
oh yeah,
Matt Swiffer.
Now this is where the D belongs, and that if there was an F.
What are you saying, mate?
What have you said that? What does that even mean?
He deserves the D the most. Has been awful, is what I mean.
You've actually made it worse. Oh my god, that's a red card, mate.
Yeah,
honestly,
I get that. Yeah,
okay,
that's a sending off in the making, mate.
Yeah, okay.
So stop.
D for Matt Swiffer.
I was going to say D as well, but just to avoid all confusion, I'm going to say C.
I'm also going to say D, and I'm leaving it at that. And we're closing the book on that chapter, okay? Right. Bart Verbruggen.
Now, he never really puts a foot wrong. He's been good playing out from the back for the most part, and made some vital saves. So I'm going to go B.
I'm going to go A. I think solid keeper. Probably, I'd say one of the best keepers in the Prem at the moment.
I'm also going to go for A. I think he's been very solid. I think he's a pretty key component to what we're trying to do.
Is A the top tier?
Yeah, A is the top one, apart from the secret one. But that's left for someone. So, let's go for Adingra.
Yeah, Adingra. He's also in the same light of Estepinian. I kind of expected better. When he's come on, he's been good. when he started, not so great.
Mhm.
I'm going to go... I feel like I'm being very harsh on all these, but I'm going to go C.
Okay.
I'm going D. Just again, you never really know what you're going to get, and that's not very useful sometimes.
Did you say D?
D, yeah.
I think I'm going to put him in low C. I feel like with the attacking players, a lot of them, the ones who aren't, Enciso looks like he doesn't want to be there anymore, and I feel like Adingra probably thinks I'm a bit too good to be sat on the bench here. But I don't think that's that mentality that we really need to see. Speaking of wingers, Yankuba Minte, where's he going?
Yeah, now this is probably the trickiest one to kind of place. I think he's shown flashes where he's been amazing and you could put him in A tier. And then he's shown flashes where you could put him in D tier. And I think for that reason, I'm going to go high C, maybe a low B.
Okay.
I'm going to go for low C. At the start of the season, I thought he was going to be the golden boy. I thought he was going to be the most dangerous winger we've got. And I think I was completely wrong.
Well,
Not completely wrong. Oh, that's harsh.
We love a self-aware king, to be honest.
That's true.
Unlike Jamie, who's willing to make up fake stats.
I'm putting him in low C as well. I think that there's a player in there, but obviously, so far, what we've seen, in and out of the team.
Yeah, and to be fair, he can't even really get a start anymore.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll put him in C then.
Jorginho Rutter.
Now, this is where I save the good stuff, and you guys have flooded the A tier nice and early, whereas amateurs, I've done these.
There's only two man in there, isn't there?
Yeah, for you guys. I've got no man in there yet, and
Okay.
Jorginho Rutter is the first one stepping into that category. He's filled in the boots of João Pedro nicely. He's got a couple of assists on the season. He has great link-up play with Danny Welbeck. I love the man.
Oh, I think that's a bit generous,
Nah.
I'm going to go B. I think that is a little bit generous. He is a brilliant player. He's definitely impressed me. I didn't think he was as good as he's shown. But yeah, B is solid for me.
Yeah, I think he's a high B. It's just goals. I just need more. I need a little bit more. Yeah. It needs to be clinical. João Pedro, I think João Pedro and Danny Welbeck, I think both put that chance away in the Liverpool game.
Oh yeah,
so
that's a good point.
But the all-round play is so good, and the dribbling, some of the cheek I've seen.
The workhorse and the work rate as well.
Yeah.
You got to think about it defensively. That's why he's slotting in the A.
100%. Right. So I'm trying to think who else I need to fly through. Oh, Yasin Ayari.
Now, my guy. I love this man since I watched him in pre-season friendlies. I thought he was great.
Not an A.
Okay, no, not an A. I'm saving the A's. Come on, guys. I am going to go a very solid B, though.
Okay. Bless.
Yeah, B grade for me. Another player I didn't think was going to be that good and has proven me wrong. So it's nice to see.
100%. I'm going to go for B as well. I'm very surprised with what's going on. He has a very, very bright future.
He does.
He's playing international football,
playing
in the Premier League, getting trusted over, a pretty big signing, and also the player that we all gas up every week in Belabor as well.
Yeah.
So next one, and this is going to be the last one of the quickfire round before we go into some more maybe controversial ones in the last segment. But we're going to go for Jack Hinchelwood. Mr. Everywhere.
Yeah. Now this is a tale of like 2 seasons he's had already in like 9 games. He was terrible at the start, and now he's actually been very good. Well, fullback wasn't really his position, was it?
I don't think he was very good when he played.
He wasn't very good there. But he's come into midfield. He's been a lot better. He's actually been solid last game and a couple games in this season where I've actually voted him as man of the match. So I'm going to put him in B, just because I think he has been solid, and to get the trust to start against Liverpool, again at Liverpool, is a big, shows how good he's actually been.
100%. Bless.
Yeah, I'd probably go the same. I'd go with B. I think in midfield we get to see a little bit more of his skill set. At fullback, I don't think he was terrible, but you can tell that's not his position. He wasn't as comfortable. But yeah, it really impressed me against Liverpool, actually receiving the ball and turning and playing.
I'll put him in C.
Can I ask the question? If you just played fullback, left back this whole season, where are you putting him? Because for me, it's D.
Yeah, it's D, man. I'm not gonna lie. He's still got work to do before you start seeing me whipping him up there into like B and A and that. Like,
Yeah.
He's debt is owed to me. I need to see some more stuff. All right. Anyway, on that note, we are going to go for a break. You're going to hear from our partners at Zencaster. After that, we're going to sort of delve a bit deeper into some of the, as you can tell, there's some players missing that we haven't spoken about yet. And we're going to delve a bit deeper in the final segment of the podcast. We will see you on the flip side. Here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform. Zencaster came out the clear winner. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes all those ums and ahs, it's super easy to start a podcast that sounds great and is delivered efficiently. If you're ready to tell your story, check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencaster. We are back. Final segment time. These are the controversial, well, maybe not controversial, but some of our better players, as we've said. Spoke about them a lot in the season. And the mystery final tier will be revealed. So, we are going to go for JP. Big JP.
Oh, well, I've saved, apparently, you've just left all the ones that are going to go in my A tier to the end. And he's going to be in the A because he has been exceptional. I think one of the better centre-backs in the Premier League this season as a whole. Everyone that he's played next to, he's made look better or he's covered for. So yeah, JP, what a man. And never actually thought he would come on this far so early.
Yeah, I'm going to go A as well. I think he started the season so well, and we've been singing his praises at the start of the season. And even after he's come back from his injury, I think the hope is that he just kicks on from it and continues that form. But yeah, A for me.
Yeah, this is a solid A tier, I think. I think we have said somewhere along the lines in previous episodes, because obviously there's almost 50 of them now, that we think he's probably been our best player this season. I think he goes at the top of A, personally. Actually, yeah, I think he goes at the top of A. But the person I want to bring up next is his centre-back partner. Well, he's injured, but was ex-centre-back partner, Lewis Dunk.
Yeah.
We've been very critical of him.
Dunk, yes, we have been very critical of him, and we've been very critical for a reason. I'm going to be very generous. I'm going to put him in C just because he's our captain, leader, legend. That's the only reason. But really, he's been the same level as Julio Igor. So I've actually done Julio Igor a bit dirty there by putting him in D and Lewis Dunk in C. Poor Igor. Igor might have actually been better than him this season.
Respect for Igor, mate. Respect for Igor.
I might need to swap the two. But yeah, it's not been Lewis Dunk's season, to be honest. Every time he's played, he's not looked good on the ball, really, other than that great pass that got an assist. And then defensively, he's been nowhere.
Bless you, looking like you want to disagree, mate.
I'm not sure what this guy's problem is with Lewis Dunk.
Yeah, you have been hating on Lewis Dunk for time, to be fair.
I genuinely think... right, I'm going to start with my rating. I'm going to put him in B because apart from that big mistake at Arsenal, I think he's been quite solid. I think they're talking about him on the ball, and that's probably one of his best attributes. That pass for the goal against Arsenal again, that was unbelievable. Like,
one pass
to do, and his presence as well just calms everyone down. I think at times.
Oh, well, his aura.
The aura, the 100% aura.
Have you not seen the videos of him just chesting it back to the keeper? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's actually
that's quality. I mean, he nearly scored an own goal with it once, but
Yeah, that's
Those
not
are the
from this
kind of
season,
things you
mate.
need.
That's from last season and a couple seasons back. That wasn't this season. Do you think he's done
He
them like
has
this season?
not obviously not all of them this season, but he has
But
done
he
that
might have
this
done one or
season.
two.
This
You
guy.
cannot put him in
No,
B.
kids. No, kids.
Outrageous.
He's fuming, mate. I'm actually
Outrageous.
putting him in D. So
There we go. Cheers.
I have nothing to say.
Thumbs back up.
I can't. Some of the stuff that I've seen, mate, like because this whole passing thing that we're going on about, I don't think he's shown glimpses of it, but it's not enough over the course of what has been so far.
Bless is talking about this great passing ability. Yeah, in the past, and then that one pass against Arsenal, the playing out from the back, he has been pressed a couple times and given the ball away.
No,
and
there was one against
great passes.
Was it against Newcastle? Or was he injured for that?
Injured for
the long ball to Danny Welbeck. I swear that was him.
Oh, that
or was it
him,
JP? Yeah. Or was it?
That was
it was
him,
Dunk. Yeah.
That was a clearance. That was hit and hope, mate. Hit and hope.
That was a hit and hope.
Yeah, but it isn't enough. Like for me, for a player of you hold him to a certain standard, and I think he's been way below that standard personally. But yeah, anyway, we'll get off that. And our next player,
like that.
Yeah, our next player is a player who I like very much, Carlos Baleba.
Yeah, this is very much an A for me. He is an absolute bulldozer. I did not see this level of player last season, and I think this is what's so good about signing players on potential, I guess, is he has come on leaps and bounds from last season. He is an absolute workhorse in midfield. He can drive the ball forward. His shot, by the way, shot power 99 if we're playing FIFA. That guy's got an absolute pole driver. And yeah, other than a few rash penalties and rash decisions that have kind of given away penalties, he's been questionably, arguably our best player.
I thought you were about to say world class. Bless.
I'm going to go with a B. And at the start of the season, I was pleasantly surprised as well at his performance levels, but I just don't think he's really, really kicked on that much from it. I think that little mistake at Forest, I don't know, that's where it sort of stopped. And yeah, I just want to see him kick on and get back to what he was doing right at the start.
Forest was ages ago as well. To be fair, I'm actually putting him in B, personally. He's right at the top of B, but I just think that there's a whole nother level of what he could bully midfields in the Premier League for years and years to come, but he's not quite there yet. And he was on like a really massive upwards trajectory, and then it has sort of plateaued a little bit. But
it's plateaued on a high level.
Yeah, plateaued at a B level. Yeah, so
average out his performance.
So yeah, I'm gonna go for B, and then we are going to talk about a techie baller, as Jamie G would like to say, Kairo Matoma.
Yeah, I've got him also. Now this is probably me being blessed now and living on past seasons.
No, we can't do that, guys.
Yeah, I know.
I'm nipping it in the bud. We can't do that.
I'm just getting name dropped for no reason as well.
I'm going to put him in A still. Probably like the bottom of A. Because I just like the directness. He's still always a threat. We always still look to him to get moves going and to take us up the pitch. And I don't think he's ever been bad, or he's always been a threat in games. So I was gonna say he's always been our best winger in every game, but probably Minter was a couple of times. But he's never let us down.
Bless.
Nice. To be fair, I was going to say B, but I'm now going to go with A. And I think even though his assists and goals output hasn't been as good as past season this year, I think it's so important to the team in what he actually offers on the wing. His pace, his 1v1s, his one of the most dangerous wingers in the Premier League.
Right. Well, you'll be shocked to know I'm putting him in B, and he's going at the top of B. There's just another level that he has as well.
Yeah.
There's another step that he could take, and as I'm not massively a stats person, but as an attacking player, I need to be seeing like a higher
Numbers.
level of output. Yeah, it's just because it's what you're there to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's with my keeper, I like to see saves because that's what your job, mate. You do that, right? With midfielders, you can base it on whatever metric, depending on what that midfielder is supposed to do. But with a winger, assists, just assists is fine. Couple goals here and there, just assists is fine. But we need both. So I'm going to put him in B, but he's obviously right at the top end of B. And then a player who actually does not have 5 appearances, but we're going to bring him up anyway. Pedro.
This is yet another man I'm going to whack in A, and that's just on the 4 games that we actually did see him play. He got the winning goal at Man United and was brilliant in that game. He was man of the match against Arsenal. He had a quieter first game against Everton, but even then he had moments where he did show flashes of him being that guy to actually take that next step. And I think, he's actually been in the 4 games that he did play much better than he was last season, or like started off season well.
Bless.
Yeah, I'm going to go A as well. I just think he's got that bit of magic that we need. It'll be interesting to see how Hertzler uses him because Root is here as well, and obviously the King is up front. So it'll be interesting to see where he slots in and what his role is when he comes back.
100%. I'm also going to put him in A because I just think that he is a game changer. I still think it is actually going to be, because you can't drop the GOAT. So Rutter is playing so well. Where does he go, basically? You're going to whack him out on the wing. I don't know if that's going to be like, because it would be on the right, because you're not going to drop Matona either. That's a pretty mad front 4, but I don't know how it actually works in real life. So,
to be fair, I actually think he might have to do that just because Minter and Adingra haven't been great.
They're having a mid off at the moment.
Yeah, they're having such a mid off.
But just before we go, I have kept this special tier for one man, and it has been unlocked. You don't have to put him in there, but
Adam Webster.
It has no, absolutely not. I was going to open another one at the bottom for Tariq Lamptey, but I felt like that would be very negative. So
Tariq is back. He's got a couple of games in him now.
Yeah, man, he's been sick.
Yeah, well done,
I reckon he starts the next one.
Oh, Jesus. Right. So this man is very special to this podcast. In our animation, he is a shirt hung up in the background, and I've opened that guy, the GOAT tier, for none other than Danny Welbeck. Bless, as the primary Danny Welbeck enjoyer, take us away, please, sir.
Do you know what? It's an absolute honour and pleasure to be the number 1 spokesman for Danny Welbeck on this podcast. And sometimes I'm lost for words when I'm speaking about this man. I think he is an absolutely brilliant footballer. On the last podcast, we didn't even get to speak about these random free kicks we're seeing. They're getting better as well. They're getting better. Soon it's going to be Danny Welbeck, learnt from David Beckham, now whipping it at top bins. You know what I mean? Love the guy.
Gara, what are we saying?
Yeah, it's the new James Ward-Prowse. He's added that to the game. He holds it up now. He can play with it still. He can knock it onto people. The link-up play, the finishing. What more does this man need to do to get an England call-up? Thomas Tuchel, get your notebook
Come out of retirement.
Come out of retirement would help. That would help. But Thomas Tuchel must be on the phone to him going, we need you at England. We need you as part of the squad. You're a vital player to how I play, and the 34-year-old, how old will he? He'll be 35 by the next World Cup, and I reckon he'll be on the plane.
We'd love to see it. There is, just before we do go, there is someone who's sort of trying to ruin our party here with Danny Welbeck, and he plays for Nottingham Forest, and his name is Chris Wood. He's currently chasing down Erling Haaland for top goal scorer. So, Danny Welbeck, if you are hearing this, mate, we need you to overtake him, please, because this whole podcast runs on you scoring goals and doing a knee slide. So, anyway, on that note, it has been an absolute pleasure. Bless, Gera, last words. Say goodbye to the people.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I got my tier list completely correct. And
All right, stop. Bless, go on.
One thing I forgot to say about Danny Welbeck, he reminds me of the reason I fell in love with football.
That is absolutely beautiful words from you, mate. And I, of course, have been Joe Richardson, your host. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much for the viewership over these first 50 episodes. It means the world to all of us. Subscribe to us on all the channels everywhere. We're basically the same thing everywhere. It's all linked. It's all in the description on the link tree. And we will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Peace.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.